course. Hello, everybody. It is Miss Izzy, and it is Friday, so it is piano day for the kids. I hope you're excited because we have a lot of fun stuff we're going to learn today, all right? So, before we get started, of course, I have a couple things to tell you. If you don't mind liking this video and sharing this video, that would help me a lot reach more piano students out there, okay? So help Miss Izzy out, all right? The second thing is of course, if you want to subscribe on YouTube, if you haven't done that, ta-da! Go ahead and find me, right? Just type in Izzy Chia and you'll find my whole channel with all the lessons that you need to fulfill your piano goals, all right? I will help you with those. All right. The next thing is of course, if you haven't joined the private Facebook group, you're missing out, right? We have like a lot of fun in there. You post videos, I post some silly things, you get sneak peeks of stuff, and you get to join a very, very fun and supportive piano learning community. So I hope to see you in there. It's called Encore Music Makers, all right? The last thing, of course, is I'm on Patreon, right? So I always talk about Patreon, right? Patreon is that platform for creative people like myself to collect a steadier income, right? So since I'm a donation-based studio, I rely on very generous people like yourself to keep these lessons coming, right? So like I have to pay for software, I have to pay for internet, I have to pay for my equipment, and to keep my piano tuned, right? Just to bring you the joy of piano learning, right? So if you want to help me, just visit patreon.com/IzzyChia and you can pick a tier that works for you, okay? Awesome. Yay, it's time. So, okay, kids, we had a lot of really cool stuff from last week, right? We learned that second half of the clown, and it was kind of tricky, wasn't it? I know some of my friends had some issues distinguishing between a flat note and a not flat note, okay? In our clown song, that would be the B or the B flat. We encountered that quite a bit in the second half of the song, okay? Now, I want you to pull out your lesson book, okay? Wonderful. We are going to turn to page 39, and we're going to play through the clown, okay? I'm going to see if we can play it at a little bit slower tempo than what I normally would ask at this point, because I really want you to listen to those B naturals, or the regular Bs, and those B flats, okay? They do change, all right? How are we feeling? Are we feeling good? All right, if you're ready to play along with me, you absolutely can. I'm going to switch to piano view so you can follow, okay? Wonderful. Okay, so the clown. We're in G position, right? So I found my middle C. I'm going to find that G, and there it is. There's my right hand, and I'll fan out my fingers. Now for the left hand, remember, if we start in that middle, in that C position, wherever that finger 4 is for the left hand, that's where your thumb is going to go. All right, and you're going to fan out those fingers. All right? Yay! Let's do this! All right, I'm going to count off. 1, 2, ready, play. Regular B. Regular B still. 2, 3, 4. Now B flats. da capo back to the beginning. How did everybody do? That was tricky, wasn't it? Yeah. If you managed to get through all of the clown, bravo to you. That was fantastic work, I'm telling you. Now, some of that second half of the clown is still a little bit tricky for a few of you, okay? Don't worry about that. Remember, sometimes songs take a little bit longer. And that's okay, right? Because everybody's piano learning journey might be a little different, okay? But if you got through it and you gave it your best effort, I'm so proud of you. All right, I think we need to do a cheer because that was like a hard song and you did a great job on it, okay? So this cheer is actually, it was taught to me by one of my students, Miss Hannah, and I think she's actually watching right now. So Hannah taught me this cheer called the cotton candy cheer, okay? So you're gonna think of your head and your neck as the stick, right? And then in the cotton candy machine, you see all the cotton candies around the drum, right? So you're gonna put your stick in your head and then you're gonna go woo, woo, woo to your cotton candy, right? I even have my cotton candy hair. It's like puffy today, see? So let's do cotton candy cheer. Are you ready? Let's do it. Cotton candy. Woo, woo, woo. Wow, that was pretty good. I'm a little dizzy. Thanks for that cheer, Hannah. That was really creative of you. Well, good job. Very, very nice work on the clown, okay? Now, if you noticed, when I got to the end of the page of the clown, it had that da capo al fine written, right? Do you remember seeing that? Yeah, it says DC al fine, right? Now, remember, that was an instruction in Italian telling you to go back to the beginning and play until you see that word fine, okay? So in your practice, if you didn't go back to the beginning and play those two lines, then you probably have to keep going, right? Until you see the double bar, okay? Da capo al fine, right? Ooh, beautiful Italian. I love it. Good work. All right, now, let's learn a new song, okay? Actually, we're going to learn two. Turn your page to page 40. All right, friends? Page 40, we've got some really cool stuff we're learning today, all right? Now, there is something written on the top of that page in the blue box. Another Italian word. All right, are you ready for it? Staccato. All right, can you say that? Staccato. Good, yes. Okay, so staccato is really cool, okay? It basically means that you're gonna be playing a note when it has a dot under it, super duper short, right? Yeah, so it's actually kind of cool. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is a staccato note, right? It looks like a regular note, doesn't it? But look, a dot. And that dot right there makes it super duper short. All right? Now, I like to pretend. Oh, you know that Miss Izzy loves pretending. Okay, so I like to pretend that when I see staccato notes written in my music, that the piano is super duper hot, like a stove. And you don't want to put your fingers on it and burn them, right? You just want to barely touch it, right? So here's an example. Listen, the piano is hot, okay? And this would be me burning my fingers. Listen, this hurts. Ow, I'm burning my fingers. Ouch. Ow. that's not good, right? That's definitely not staccato, okay? Now, let's see what it sounds like with it played staccato, right? The piano's still hot, right? We're not gonna burn our fingers this time. You ready? Let's hear it. Oh, wow. Did you hear the difference? Oh, it was like so different, wasn't it? Yeah. So super duper short, right? You can always just picture Miss Izzy saying that, right? Pretend that piano is like a hot stove. You don't want to burn those fingers, all right? Did you know that it also can be written the other way? So it's written like this with the note and the dot under it, but it can also be with the dot on top, right? So depending on where it is on the staff, right? If it's above the middle line in your staff, it might look like this too. But if you see that dot, you know it's super short, okay? All right. Good job. Very good. Now, for raindrops, we are going to be sort of pretending that we are raindrops, right? Super duper short, coming out of the sky and splish, splish, splashing all over the puddles, right? We're going to be in C position for raindrops, okay? So, and we're also going to begin piano. So imagine that it's just the beginning of a little rain shower, right? It's not like a super crazy storm, at least not yet. We're going to start with a little rain shower. So I'm going to switch to piano view so we can get into position, okay? Let's do it. Okay, friends, so C position. You guys are like masters at C position now. So I've got my right hand thumb on C. I've got my left hand thumb on G below middle C. Okay. All right, so we are starting. It looks kind of scary because we have a lot of notes and a lot of rests. But don't be worried, okay? Once you figure out the pattern, it won't be so tricky, okay? We are beginning with a left hand finger 5 on C, okay? And I'm going to play that super duper short. And then we follow with the right hand C. You're going to notice a pattern here in a little bit, so keep those eyes peeled. All right, I'm going to play it. You ready? 1, 2, ready, play. C, C, and to D, D, E, E, F, F, G, G, F, F, E, E, D, D, down to C, C, to D, D, and E, F, turn around down to E, then to D, and on C, C, and C. Oh, and there's a repeat, but I'm not going to play through the repeat right now. Whoa, what do you think about that? Now that was pretty cool, wasn't it? I like that little shortness that we're doing, right? It's like just a different way to use the keys for a different sound, right? Because it's not always going to be legato and smooth. We can do lots of things at the piano, and you're learning that right now, okay? Yes! Oh, it's so much fun. And did you find the pattern? Yeah, it's kind of like it starts with the left hand, and then the right hand answers. So it goes C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, right? It goes all the way up your hand and then all the way back down, right? Now, we're going to play through raindrops again, okay? But this time I'm going to try and say the finger numbers. I'm going to play a little bit more slowly, though, because I might get a little confused. Only because I have to say all the finger numbers, right? So it might be a little bit tricky for Mrs. E. But that's okay, right? You guys are there for me. If I mess up, I mess up. I'm just a human, right? All right, let's see if we can work on this together. We're going to do finger numbers and in C position for raindrops, okay? If you're just joining, we are on page 40. We are playing through raindrops. We're learning a new type of musical element or style called staccato, okay? Yes, okay. Oh, yes. Oh, I see. Mr. Johnson. Yes, Linnea enjoys the YouTube videos and wishes she could be here live. I miss Linnea, too. Yes, give her a big hug from Miss Izzy, okay? All right, so let's get in C position, all right, friends? We've got those thumbs in our spots. We're going to play nice and slowly, all right? Starting with that finger 5 in the left hand. I'm going to count off nice and slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. 5, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 1, 5. Oops. 2, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1, 5. Yeah. Did you find the spot where Miss Izzy messed up? Oopsie. It happens, right? I said the wrong finger number and I knew that would happen. Like, maybe because I was thinking that it was going to happen, it actually happened. So it happens. Okay, so line 2 of Raindrops. I accidentally said 1 for the very first note, that left hand C. But since you're a super smart piano player, you know that finger 1 isn't on a C in this song. It's actually a finger 5, right? So write that in your music. It's a finger 5 for that first note, second line in the left hand, okay? Just because I said the wrong thing. I don't want you to write down the wrong thing, okay? All right, wonderful. Very good on Raindrops. Are you feeling good? How do you like that staccato? Isn't it fabulous? It's just so different. I like different. Being the same all the time is so boring. Make it interesting, right? Throw some staccato in there. Make it cool. All right? Very good. Now, let's shake out those fingers, right? Woo, woo, woo. We're going to learn another song today, okay? Because Raindrops is only 2 lines, all right? So the second song we're going to learn is actually quite tricky, all right? But of course it's tricky. You know why? It's because it's called It's Halloween. And what do we do on Halloween? We go trick-or-treating, right? Yeah, it's Halloween. So there it is. Wonderful. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in this song. Now, let's take a look at it. Okay. So, It's Halloween, the first thing that we need to know. It's in G position. Okay? So, G position is totally different than C position. You guys know that. Okay? The second thing that you need to notice about this song, there's a repeat sign. Yeah. So draw the big arrow if you need to, right? From the double dots boing all the way back to the beginning, right? So you can play it through 2 times. Another thing that is really cool about this song, it's got staccato in it, right? We just learned that today. But that's not all. That's really not all. We even have some legato in this song too. Oh my gosh, we've got both? That's a lot to think about. Look at the end of the song. Look at the last 2 measures of the whole song. There's a slur. Yeah, so we're going to be playing some legato. But don't worry. We're going to get through it, okay? We also have a lot of melodic intervals in the left hand and harmonic intervals in the right hand. That's different, huh? We don't usually do that very often. A little tricky. And then to top it all off, we've got some crescendos and diminuendos, right? So it's going to be just like a spooky, spooky haunted house, right? So you're going to be coming up. It goes do, 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 right? That's kind of creepy. You're like, Miss Izzy, don't do that. That's kind of scary. Yeah, so you're going to sort of have Halloween in this song, okay? So let's learn the notes because we got some really cool notes to learn, all right? We're in G position. I'm going to switch to piano view. Okay, so G position. Let's find that spot first, okay? So I know that pinky right hand is on a G, so I'm going to put the thumb, finger 1 there instead, and I will fan out those fingers, okay? Now, let's find where the left hand goes. Do you remember how to find that D? That's where my left hand thumb goes, okay? And then I fan out those fingers, all right? Very, very good. So if you found your spot, you are in really good shape, all right? This song begins with the left hand, finger 5, on a low G, okay? I also see a B flat. So that means my finger 3B is going to go flat right here on this black key, okay? So listen carefully. Let's see how it goes, all right? I'm going to count off, and I'm going to say my note names to start. You ready, my friends? Let's do this. 1, 2, ready, play. G, A, B flat, C, D. Skip to B flat, D with the third, C, A, C with the second, B flat, G, B flat with the third. Second line, G, A, B flat, C, D, B flat, D with the third, C, hold legato, B flat legato, A down to G, staccato third, staccato. Oops, that's a half note. And then it repeats, right? I'm gonna play it again. Let's do it. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, third, 2, 4, 2, second, 3, 5, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, third, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there it is. That's ultra spooky. My goodness. What do you think? I think when we really get into it, we're really going to start understanding how this song works, okay? Now, earlier in the week, I did not have a practice with me session because I was dealing with Tropical Storm Beta, right? It hit here right at the Texas coast. So that was really affecting me. So now that I don't have any tropical storms to worry about, I'm going to make sure that I have a really good practice with me session for these two songs because the concept of staccato can be a little tricky to deal with when you don't have a teacher right there with you in person, right? Really showing it to you, okay? So I'm going to try my best to really show that staccato and how it's supposed to look and feel at the piano, okay? There's also a lot of really tricky notes going on in It's Halloween, so I'm going to make sure that we get that practice time in for this upcoming week, all right? So take a look at the practice with me for Monday, okay? I'm going to join live, and we're going to really work on these two songs together, all right? Does that sound like a good plan? What do you think? Drop some emojis. I want to see some happiness on the screen. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, you know. We're getting to that point in our piano book where the songs are getting harder, right? They're not coming as easily as they were before. But that's a good thing, okay? That's a good thing because it's challenging you. It's really challenging your thinking, and it's challenging your practice habits, right? Absolutely. And all of those things are good for you, right? All of those things are good for you to learn and to have good practicing habits, right? Yes, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you, okay? So Raindrops and It's Halloween. I think it would be really nice to perhaps play It's Halloween one more time together, okay? If you want to just play the left hand, you can. Or if you just want to play the right hand chords, that's okay too. All right? Let's do it together. I'm going to switch to piano view. Let's do it. All right, so let's find that G position again. There's my right hand G, so I'm going to fan out those fingers. And there's my left hand D, and I will fan out my fingers from there, all right? Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to play it nice and slow. You play what you can. If you can't play along with me yet, that is okay. Follow along your music with your finger, okay? I'm going to count off. 1, 2, ready, play. Repeat. Wow, that's ultra spooky. I love it. Did you know that Halloween is actually my favorite holiday? Well, now you know. Miss Izzy's kind of obsessed with Halloween. I love it. It's so much fun. I like dressing up. I like pretending. I like just having a good time, being silly. It's just fun. I hope you like Halloween too. And don't worry. We are going to have a Halloween piano lesson on October 30th, the day before Halloween, because that falls on lesson day. So don't worry, you're going to get to dress up in your costumes, you're going to get to play piano, snap a photo of yourself at your keyboard or piano, and at lesson time, it's going to be a blast, don't worry. And I might even have a special Halloween song for you. Okay? I think you're going to enjoy it too. Very good. Well, you are doing fantastic, okay? Let's close our lesson book. Now, for our theory for this week, we are going to be working on page 30. All right, so pull out your theory book. Go ahead and get to page 30. There's a whole page there about staccato is the opposite of legato. And I want you to do all of those, okay? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay? That is going to be your theory page, all right? Then, I think that's pretty much it for lesson time today, okay? Quick reminder, we have Patreon, right? So go ahead and choose a tier that works for you for Patreon, okay? We are nearing the end of the month of September, so if you'd like to hold off on your Patreon sign up just a few days till October 1st. That way you don't get charged for the end of this month plus 2 days later charged for October. If you just want to wait till October 1st, that's perfectly fine. I'm just trying to save you a few dollars. But either way, if you decide to sign up now, that's fine too, because it goes straight to me. All right? Between $5 and $50 a month, you just choose what works for you. I'm going to have some pretty cool stuff going on Patreon for this upcoming month. So now is probably a really good time to join. All right? I'm so happy that I get to do this with you guys every week. All right. Now, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We got to end with our music quote, right? So today's music quote is pretty special. All right. It comes from the American history professor and writer, Dr. Jane Swan. And this is what she says. How is it that music can, without words, evoke our laughter, our fears, and our highest aspirations? Yeah, what is it about music that has that sort of power in it, huh? Isn't that interesting to you that, music has such an effect on such a wide population of people. I mean, just think of it. You hear one song and then thousands of people have a moment of, grief, or they have a moment of peace. It's really quite powerful, right? Yeah. I love music, obviously. And you must love music too, because you're here taking piano with me, huh? So you can make your own music. And believe me, that music that you're making is so, so important because it's an expression of your soul, right? Thanks again for joining me for piano today. It was our 20th lesson. Can you believe it? Congratulations for getting this far. And I hope you stick with me for the rest of it, all right? Have a lovely weekend. I will see you guys on Monday for practice, okay? Take care. Bye.